as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Matt Gay on for the extra point. And we'll see if this rain affects the team's decisions going forward, but they kick it here, and it's good. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. They'll run on first down. It's Carter. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. DeForest Buckner in on the tackle.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down. Their boy down a touchdown already, but they're going to line up to go for it on their side of the field. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. And it is incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And it'll be a turnover on downs. So shall we say a bold decision to go for it, and that bold decision does not pay off.
And when you talk about bold, you're saying all caps?
All caps.
Yeah, without a doubt. Maybe they're telling their defense they have a lot of faith in them. I mean, that's how you have to spin it, is that you tell your defense, you know something? We were able to go for it there because you guys are so good. I'm not worried about things. That's the only explanation I can come up with in this situation.
Well, he better get ready to spin it for that post-game presser because you know he's going to be out.
He's going to have to spin it for his own locker room, frankly.
It's 2nd and 8.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down.
Watch twins. Watch twins. Whip, 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 whip. Watch the whip. Deuce, 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 deuce.
Now Joe Mixon down to about the 22 here. And he's going to get this pretty close to a first down as the tackle is made at the Seahawks 22. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the first. That's good for 9 yards as they convert on the 3rd down play. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
They'll look to throw here. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Back to throw here. And he slings one that's incomplete. They were looking for Johnson that time, and it's 3rd down.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet.
Check 25. Check 25. Topper.
97.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Got a man open. It's Ross. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. John Ross with touchdown number 12 on the year. Now the Bengals, they widen their lead.
And that's exactly what you're supposed to do with good field position. You make the other side pay when you don't have far to go for the score.
A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good. And it's now 14-0. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those script
trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. Picked off at the 23. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. So more problems here in this first quarter. Already 2 scores down, and here they give away the football.
And if I'm the head coach, I think it's time to start lighting a fire under some of these guys. Now, you have to do it within your personality. They can't perceive it as fake, but I'd go get after some guys because they don't look ready to play to me. They look flat, uninspired. It's time to get moving.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
They'll get 14 on that one. Good for a Bengal first down. Make that now 2 runs in a row that have netted them great results.
And it doesn't matter what kind of blocking scheme they're using, gap scheme, power scheme, zone running. They are finding people in those gaps and moving them and creating nice space for their runners.
That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
Here we go. 60 yards. Blue draw Corker. Hey, Delta. Get it.
Now this time he'll look to throw. He finds his man Johnson. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as a tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 19. And boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables, otherwise they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
No. Watch the air.
Mixon with a first down carry. And good downhill running. He's got 6 yards down to the 13.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On second down, here's Mixon. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Joe Mixon, his second touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. Now the Bengals, they widen their lead. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half. Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. They'll try the left side. It's Carter. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. A 4-receiver look here. 3 out to the left, 1 to the right on 2nd and 8. Here's 2nd and 8. Eluding the pressure right. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done. Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. From the gun, Jordan. And the throw there going to be incomplete. You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag. No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. They'll try and throw for it here. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Gonzalez. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A big pickup there, 20 yards as they convert on 4th. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. And to give this time to the tailback. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable. And you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to see. Play action. Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it? No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. On 3rd down, Carter. And he's able to pick up the 1st down here before he goes down at the 26. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving. On 1st down, Carter. And he'll get it down inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon. And he stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down. He can muster only a yard there, and they'll be left with a 3rd and very short. And he'll have the 1st down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. That's about what you would expect since they're so efficient on picking up 3rd downs in the top 5 in the NFL. It's all a mindset, and I guarantee you it started in the offseason. 3rd down's important to them. They find a way to pick them up at a very good clip. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10.
Switch up, switch up.
Check 13. Check 13.
Mike 5'9", Mike 5'9".
Back to throw. Jordan toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. On second down, it's Carter. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down. Now keep in mind, if you're thinking of staying on the ground, this is a top 5 rush defense.
Yeah, but I don't think you shy away totally with the run. At least show them the hint of a run before you decide to throw the football.
And a nickel look here for the Bengals as they try to defend this on 3rd. Operating from the gun, Jordan buying time to his left. And he'll be tackled right on the 10, well short of the first down. He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th.
And, partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's 3rd down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the first down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
Well, that will go down as a 15-play drive, and it results in 3 points. So some disappointment?
It's funny. We had our conference before the game with the offensive coordinator. And what did he tell us? I just want every drive to end in a kick, right? An extra point, a punt, or a field goal. Well, in this case, I think it is a little bit of a disappointment because it did end in a kick, but that type of a drive should end in the end zone.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll make it a 2nd down.
Hey, Haywood.
2nd and 9 now. And the catch made by Johnson. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. A big play there as the first half is winding down. And the Bengals, they widen their lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the route is on here in this first half. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them.
59's Mike, 59's Mike. Check, 59. It's just me.
They'll run on first down. It's Carter, and that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
Check 50. Mike is 59.
Second and 13. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes.
It's a team game, but sometimes individuals do stand out, don't they? How about that for a twofer? Tackle for a loss on the running play on the previous down, and then comes right back and gets a sack.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down. Went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. From the gun, Jordan. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 35. And he will score. Touchdown, Cincinnati. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down. Now remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And fresh off the pick 6. They've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talk about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
All comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out of me for some reason.
It's deep in there, right? Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Credit the secondary and credit the defensive game plan. They've been in his hip pocket all game long. They understood coming in that he was a big-time receiver.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion.
Check 59. Mike is 59. Mike the 59.
All day, just like that. Just like that.
Operating from the gun, Jordan. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
We're into the second half now. This is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know, the rhythm seems off.
Let's go. Let's go.
The Bengals drive about to get going. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. So they come out of the locker room trailing, but plays like that, they won't be trailing much longer. Defense really starting out well this second half.
Yeah, they knew they had to jumpstart things a little bit. They really struggled in the first half trying to slow them down, but now they had a plan, made that adjustment that we always talk about, and it worked very well on that play.
Check 93's the mic. 93's the mic. Hey, Tank.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. And he's going to go down again. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long.
Check, 93's the mic, 93's the mic.
Right here, right here.
Check, 93's the mic, 93's the mic.
Blue Dan, blue Dan.
Check, 93.
Ready?
They're going to look to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Schwartz. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. They get 12 yards back, but it still leads to a fourth and long. The Bengals bring out their punter now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the third. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. Here's Thomas. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And it'll be Seahawk football, first and 10. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now a throw downfield is taken in by his running back. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. That's a gain of 31 with right around 1 minute to go in the quarter. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield. It's first and 10 from the 45. Now a man open down the middle of the field. First down, Seattle, 16 yards the gain there.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
On first down, Carter. It'll be a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll also be the final play of this third quarter.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
They'll keep it on the ground. Carter. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
50 seconds to Mike. I got you. I got you.
49, 49, check 49.
Mike's 57. Let it go.
On first down, Jordan escaping, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Cleveland Farrell in there to get him. It's a loss of 5.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Call it a gain of 5, and it'll be 3rd and 10.
Here we go. It's A.T. Gator. Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Echo.
From the gun, Jordan. It's caught by Davis. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. Operating from the gun, Jordan. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
132 fighter. Hey, Charlie.
53 is the mic.
Step.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Miles Jack. The blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8. This is Mixon. And he takes this across the 15 to the 17. 4 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have to contend with a 3rd and 13.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
And the Bengals on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Looking to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Schwartz. And he's going to be taken down about a yard shy of the first at the 29. They do get 12, but they'll be marked short. And that leads to a 4th down. And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1.
Let's go, let's bring it.
22 jet bomber, 22 jet bomber. Beat them, beat them.
They run for it with Mixon. And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. Denied on 4th down is Joe Mixon. And the Seahawks, they'll get the football back in outstanding field position.
Ready. Hey, hold on. 50 seconds to Mike. Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up, D.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Carter. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 10 yards and a Seattle 1st down.
Well, depending on the temperament of the head coach, he's either turning to the bench and screaming, where was that all game? Or maybe he's just kind of keeping it to himself and saying, okay, it's something to build on, and a positive comes out of a bad game because those are going to happen from time to time. We'll see how.
And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late, but he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man. Tucker with the extra point, and that will shave one more off this lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. We've got a lopsided game here. I don't know, Charles, what does the handbook say that we discuss when we've got a game like this in the 4th quarter?
Hold on a second. Let me thumb to the proper page on that. Know what it says?
What?
Let's discuss how we got here. This is a dominant performance, where they took control of this game, how they've managed to keep control of this game, and then we go ahead and think about how we're going to leave here and get to the airport. In a lopsided blowout, the roads are usually open. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Check, 93's the mic, 93's the mic. Watch the run, watch the run. Check, 93's the mic.
2nd and 6. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Down. 60 Pittsburgh.
A 7-yard loss brings up 3rd down.
61 Matchbox Lights.
Check, 93's the mic, 93's the mic.
Here we go.
Bravo.
Check, 93's the mic, 93's the mic. Come on, D.
Hit it.
Back to throw. He finds his running back, Mixon. And he's got room. And now off off to the races down the right side. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. So another score there. Often you talk about the three phases of the game: defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a fourth phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
So they are looking strong here in the fourth quarter. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. It's a short kick, taken near the 18. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in a game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that.
He's got the lane, and there he goes. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it. And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
They're going to keep it on the ground. And he is into the end zone again. So get him some oxygen. He scores on the long run and then punches in the two-point conversion for good measure. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bengals drive about to get going. And checking the timeouts, they do have two defensively, but no real need to use them as they're not going to be able to stop the clock after that.
Check, crunch, crunch, crunch. Back, pilot, 64, weak. Out. Shoot.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
You got nothing. Check.
And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
10 logo.
Yeah. We got double time. Hey, we got 3 down.
Now back to throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this